I can't. I did. It was very good. It was, yeah, it was fun. It was fun to see something cultural. In Spanish. All those things are amazing. I'm so excited. And they're all Cuban too, all the dancers, which is very cool. So I was thinking,
Yeah.
right? Make it Wi-Fi. Hola. Hola. Good afternoon. Okay, how is everyone today? Good. Good. How was everyone's weekend? Yes. Good. Yeah, we have a lot to talk about today. Today we are going to give a new tense, a new verb tense. Ahora de nuevo tiempo de verbos, ¿ok? Para recalcar, para hablar de un poquito, volver para atrás, to start from the beginning in a very quick way. We have talked throughout the year, durante el año hemos hablado of the present. And which two tenses did we talk about in the present? We talked about present simple, very good. Present simple, and what is an example of the present simple? ¿Cuál es un ejemplo del presente simple? Rutina, very good. Your routine. Muy bien, Reina. Routines, what else?
En el momento no.
En el presente. ¿Qué más? It was routine, something, something.
Habits.
Habits, ¿verdad? Que es casi como routines, very similar. What else? ¿Qué más? Cuando hablamos de un ¿qué? Por ejemplo, the water boils at 100 degrees. What is that? In facts, right? Facts. When you're talking about something that is happening, it's snowing now, right? Or it snowed. Let me see how we're gonna say this. Today it snowed at 5:35. Huh? Pero it's the present would be, because I can't say it is snowing, that's present continuous.
Snowing.
but it's present continuous.
No.
That's not present simple.
Look at the snow.
Look at the snow. Yeah, you can say that. Or that was a hard one because snow wouldn't be the verb. What?
Es que tengo aquí mis notas, pero almost never snows.
That's the frequency, right? Yeah. It almost never snows in May. It usually snows in May, ¿verdad? Porque it does. It's normal. This is normal, unfortunately. So that's a good one, Yadira, because you're using the adverb of frequency, ¿verdad? Estás usando el adverbio de frecuencia para hablarle algo que cuán frecuente ocurre. Very good on that. So we have our routines and we have our habits, ¿verdad? Por ejemplo, I wake up at 7 a.m. I brush my teeth at 7:30 a.m. Mi hábitos. I pick up my children at 5, ¿verdad? Lo que tú haces todo el tiempo. And the facts, to hechos, ¿verdad? And then we have present continuous. What does this one mean? What does this one mean? What's the formula of this one? ¿Cuál es la fórmula de este? ING, ¿y qué más?
No.
The verb be plus ing, ¿verdad? I am working. She is working. They are working, ¿verdad? El is y el are siempre tienen que ser parte de esa oración, ¿verdad? No solamente vas a decir working, vas a decir I am working. She is working. Okay, dependiendo del pronombre y si es singular o plural, depending on the pronoun, if it's singular or plural, right? So we have those two types of present. Then we talked about the easiest one, right? The past.
Habla de tiempo.
El tiempo del pasado, ¿verdad? Pero ¿cuál fue que aprendimos aquí? Aprendimos dos. Which ones did we learn here?
Pasado.
Past simple, ¿verdad? So past simple was what? We had two things.
Pasado perfecto.
Pasado perfecto era el otro. Very good. Past perfect was the other one. Very good, Magali. And what is the past simple? What are we looking for? The verbs can be either
De simple sabemos cuándo ocurrió.
en el pasado, ¿verdad? Pero el pasado simple tiene dos tipos de verbos. We have two types of verbs, remember? It was the verb that we add
ED.
ed, which is a what? Regular or irregular? Regular verb, ¿verdad? So, and you añade ed. So for the regular verbs, we add ed. And what about the other one? Do we also add ed?
Irregular.
Irregular verbs, ¿verdad? And the irregular verbs, do they have a rule or they just, it changes entirely, ¿verdad? Por ejemplo, from read, it's gonna sing the same. We have read. From eat, we have ate. Very good. From swim, that's another one. Very good. We have swam. ¿Verdad? They change completely. Cambian completo. So you just have to memorize them. Lo tienen que memorizar. And practice. Bueno, mucha práctica. Okay. So these are the irregular verbs. So what about the past perfect? When do we use the past perfect? When do we use this one? Yes, that's the formula. Have or has, right? Plus the verb. So for example, I have would you say this? ¿Cómo sabíamos el verbo? I have, dame un verbo que funcione. I have worked, ¿verdad? Como la T. I have worked. For example, what does past perfect not tell you? ¿Qué es lo que el pasado perfecto no te dice? The time. It does not give you time. Tú no sabes cuándo ocurrió, sencillamente sabes que ocurrió en el pasado. Right? And what does the past simple do tell you? It tells you when it happens, right? So it does give you time. It gives you words like yesterday, last week, 3 weeks ago, 2 hours ago. It tells you when it happened. And the past perfect does not tell you when it happened. It just tells you that it was in the past. Solamente te deja saber que fue en el pasado. Okay? So these are our past and present that we have already talked about. Que ya hemos hablado, ¿verdad? Esto no es nada nuevo. This is nothing new. So now today we are going to talk about the future. Hoy vamos a hablar del futuro. Okay? Remember, these are only what? What are we talking about this entire time? Verbs. Okay, these are for your verbs. Esto es del verbo. Okay, de lo que estamos hablando, pasado, presente y futuro. Okay, ¿qué son los verbos? What are the verbs? And the actions. Tell me a little quicker because you're giving me a mini heart attack. Okay, and that we don't know this yet. So we're talking about verbs. Okay, estamos hablando de los verbos. Y los verbos los usamos todos los días, ¿verdad? Igual que en español. We use verbs every day, all the time. Because we're talking about actions. So it's very important that we know how to differentiate between future, present, and past. Es bien importante que ustedes sepan diferenciar entre estos tres tiempos. Que cuando estamos hablando de verbos. Okay? So for the future, we have 3 ways of saying the future. Tenemos 3 maneras de poder expresarnos del futuro. One is using the word will plus the verb. Una es la manera que escribimos will más el verbo. I will walk my dog at 9 p.m. Okay, I will. I will go on vacation this summer. I will drive to Idaho Falls this weekend. Okay, yo voy a bla, 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 bla. Okay, el will siempre estás preparando el verbo para el futuro. Si lo pones antes, no después. Porque imagine how it sounds if you use it afterwards. I will my dog at 9 p.m. No, right? The will goes before, not after. Okay? Or, vamos a hacer un ejemplo. I will go on vacation this summer, por ejemplo. As an example. Okay? Will más el verbo. Go. Fíjense que el verbo está en presente. Okay? Notice that the verb is in present because you're adding the word will. Okay? The other way to do the future is número 1. Number 2 is you can say be going to plus the verb. Puedes decir, cuando digo be, es el verbo be. Okay, ¿y qué es el verbo be? In English. What is the verb? Estar in Spanish. What does that mean in English? In English? So how do you say this in a sentence? Is or are. ¿Verdad? Oh my God. Okay, is and are, okay, para el verbo ser. I know it's Monday. So remember that when I write be, cuando yo escribo be aquí, de aquí, significa esto. Ok, o sea que si estamos hablando de I am going to Idaho Falls this weekend. Ok, they are going to a concert tomorrow. Ok, o sea que el be es uno de estos dos, dependiendo de qué. What does this depend on? Exactly, if it's singular or plural, okay? So for example, we can say, Lina is going to Smith tomorrow. Okay, there you have the word be, the verb be, going to plus the verb. Going to drive, let's put it this way, to Smith tomorrow. Okay, so now we have the verb be, going to, plus the verb. Okay, aquí tienen la fórmula. Lo que está en cuadrito es la fórmula. Okay, la fórmula quiero que se las memoricen. Son bien
¿Cuándo tenemos que
importantes.
poner be to gone?
Be, ¿por qué? ¿Qué be?
Porque es el verbo estar.
Correcto. Lo que está en cuadritos son las fórmulas. Okay. So this is the formula. Esta es la fórmula. The verb be, el verbo ser, que es uno de estos dos. Y el ejemplo, Lina is going to drive, my verb, my verbo, to Smith tomorrow. Ok, ahí tienen la fórmula, aquí tienen el ejemplo. Aquí tienen la fórmula, aquí tienen el ejemplo. Okay, formula, example, okay. And then number 3, we're going to talk about these, is the verb be plus, confuse you a little more, the verb ending in ing. Okay, el verbo ser más el verbo que acaba en ing. When do we use ing? Present continuous, ¿verdad? So be careful. And be careful, how do you know the difference? ¿Cómo tú sabes la diferencia? Read your sentence. The sentence tells you if it's going to happen in the future or if it's going to happen now. Okay, you have words like at this moment, now, happening, I don't know, many adverbs of frequency for present continuous, but it's always going to tell you that it's happening at this moment o en este momento. Y así cuando sabes lo diferencial entre esta y esta. Y esta te va a dar palabras como tomorrow, later, in the future, etc. Okay, things that we're talking about will happen, right? Not now. So an example of this one can be, my roommate is calling his mother tomorrow. Okay, ese es el ejemplo. My roommate is el verbo ser, be, right? Calling, see the verb that ends in ing, el verbo que acaba en ing, como la fórmula. His mother tomorrow. ¿Quién está llamando? A su mamá mañana. Esta es la fórmula. So there's 3 ways that you can express the future. Hay 3 maneras que puedes expresar el futuro. ¿Okay? Usando will, usando going to y usando el ing. Todos, el número 2 y el número 3 con el verbo ser. El número 1 solamente es will más el verbo. Okay, there's 3 ways. So we're gonna practice these 3 ways today. Vamos a practicar estas 3 maneras de explicar
Entonces, yo
futuro.
puedo utilizar cualquiera de las tres, de las
Yes.
tres maneras, no importa.
Yes, they're all 3 talking about the future. If you use will, you will be talking about the future. Okay, you don't have to do, they are all for different ways that you can be used them. And we're going to talk about them in a second, okay? Any questions before we jump into the slides? ¿Alguna pregunta antes de que brinquemos a los slides? We understand so far? Beginning? Okay, let's look over here. Miren para acá. Now we're going to talk about when do you use them? ¿Cuándo los vamos a usar? Okay, porque son 3 maneras, sabes que cada manera es diferente, ¿verdad? Las 3 dicen el futuro, las 3 son para cosas diferentes. The verb will, the example number 1, el ejemplo número 1, is used when you're deciding future plans at the moment. Okay, cuando estás planeando planes futuros en el momento. Por ejemplo, si estás en casa, for example, if you're home and you know you need a gallon of milk. You say, I will go to the grocery store later. Que en el momento sabes que vas a ir a Smith a buscar un galón de leche. Es un plan del futuro que hiciste en el momento. Por ejemplo, another example. If someone knocks on the door, right? You'll say, I will get it. ¿Verdad? Yo me paro y lo voy a buscar. Yo abro la puerta. Una decisión que hiciste en el momento. ¿Verdad? So that's when you use will. Again, if you want to use will for other moments, it is understandable that it's the future. So you can use will. Don't limit yourself. Okay? No quiero que se limiten y que se confundan. Diga, ay, solamente puedo usar will si es algo que hago en el momento. You can use will to talk about the future. Okay? I just want you to get comfortable using it. Y quiero que se pongan cómodos usando estas palabras para expresar el futuro en vez de que estén, esto es solamente para esto, esto es solamente para esto, esto es solamente para esto, porque se van a hacer un día. Okay? So, for example, if someone invited you to go to a party next Friday, you could answer, sure, I will go with you. Okay? If, for example, someone invites you somewhere. Okay? Si alguien te invita a una fiesta, le puedes contestar, si le pregunta, do you want to come? Sure, I will go with you. Okay, le contestan de esa manera que sí, tengo planes, quiero hacer el plan de ir contigo. Well plus the verb is the most formal way of forming the future tense. Okay, la manera más formal de utilizar el tiempo del futuro. No es la más informal, es la más formal. O sea que hablando con managers, hablando con jefes, hablando con maestras o maestros de sus estudiantes, you can use the word will to talk about the future. Okay? For example, do you want to go to the movies later? Sure, we will go, or I will go. She will do whatever her mother tells her to do. Okay, she will. And what's your verb? Do, right? So it follows that formula. Will plus the verb. When you enter the room on Monday, you will see a sign-up sheet on the table. Cuando entres al cuarto el lunes, vas a ver un papel en la mesa para apuntarte. You will see. Where's your verb?
Sí.
Sí, ¿verdad? Esta es la acción, por eso está en negrito. Y sigue la fórmula de will más el verbo. Okay, any questions with will? ¿Alguna pregunta con will? Okay, we're going to use it. I see a lot of eyes of, ooh, how am I going to apply this? Okay, the other way that we talked about is going to. ¿Verdad? Más el verbo. This is used when plans have already been made in advance. Cuando tienes planes que ya hiciste de antelación. Por ejemplo, nadie hace vacaciones de un día a otro. Correcto? Everyone does vacations with weeks or months in advance. So when you're planning a vacation, you're planning a trip, you're planning something with time, con tiempo, you will use going to. I am going on vacation. I am going to Mexico next month. Okay.
And you can say, people often say, I'm going to go.
I'm going to go to Mexico too. You can also say that. Yo voy a ir a México. Okay, very good. Thank you, Ken. You can also say, for example, if you have plans to go camping next weekend, o sea, alguien va a ir a acampar el weekend que viene, por ejemplo, no creo que right? But, in June maybe, and someone asks you, what are you going to do? You can say, I am going to go camping next weekend. Yo voy a ir a acampar el weekend que viene. Okay, see that? Going to, and what's our verb? Go. I'm going to go camping. Or I'm going to go shopping next weekend. Que es algo que ya hicieron con antelación, no es en el momento, como will. Be going to plus the verb is more casual, es más casual que will, okay, es más informal. It is also more common than ing. Este es informal, este es más formal y este es el que menos se usa. Okay, just so you understand the frequency. For example, he is going to study all night for his test. Erika, where's my verb? Study. Very good. So we're going is the verb be, ¿verdad? El verbo be. Como is, ¿por qué vamos a usar is y no are? Espérate, Erika. ¿Por qué? Erika.
Porque hablas de él.
Ajá. ¿Y él es?
Hombre.
¿Uno o muchos? Uno, ¿verdad? Singular. So he is going to study all night for his test. And then we have, they are going to go to Disneyland next spring. ¿Verdad? Going to with the verb go, just like here. Igual que acá. I am definitely going to call you tomorrow. Where is our verb, Aneri? Call. So I'm going to call you tomorrow. And we already talked about the verb be, so that no, wrong here. And then the last one is the verb with the ing. El último es el verbo ser con el verbo ing. And we say sometimes English speakers use the present progressive form, ¿verdad? El presente progresivo, to express a future action, para expresar una acción futura. It is used the same way as be going to when plans are already made. O sea que de la misma manera que usamos esto con algo ya planeado, antelación, lo mismo con esto. El único que es en el momento es will.
¿Y el otro cuál dijiste? ¿El segundo?
El going to y el ing. Son
No,
los dos
pero
que se
el
hacen
primero
futuro.
dijiste que es en el momento y el segundo
Con antelación, o sea,
Oh.
con tiempo.
con tiempo.
Con tiempo. And for example, if you have plans to go camping next weekend and someone asks you, what are you going to do? You can say, I am going camping next weekend. Y pueden sencillamente quitar el going to y decir, I am going camping because I am, ¿verdad? Es el verbo ser y entonces van a tener going con ing. Okay. No confundan going con camping. El verbo ing es este. Camping es el verbo. Nunca diría camp o camping, ¿verdad? Por eso es que aquí está la clave. I am going, verb be plus ing, camping next weekend. Okay. Another example or another way to say this too is that the verb be plus ing is a casual way of forming the tense. También es una manera casual de formar el futuro. O sea que casual, casual, formal. Okay. It is used often for near future, like tonight, tomorrow, next weekend. Tonight, I'm going camping. Next weekend, I'm going shopping. No estoy diciendo el going to. Or I am camping. I am shopping. Okay, and then you have some examples. I'm going to the store next weekend. I am going. ING con el verbo ser. She is driving to Idaho Falls tomorrow. Verbo ser, ING. He is running the state marathon on Sunday. Él está corriendo el maratón del estado el domingo. He is, verbo ser, ING. Okay. And if you notice, si ustedes notan what I mentioned earlier, and how do I know if this ing is talking about now or the future? Look at the words. Next weekend, tomorrow, Sunday. You know it's happening in the future. It's not saying now or right now or at this moment. The sentence gives you the information. La oración les da la información que está haciendo ahora o está en el futuro. Okay. Any questions? Okay. The same way that we have time markers or we have words that tell us that something is in the present, in the past, there's also words for the future. Tenemos palabras que nos dicen los tiempos para cada uno, ¿verdad? Aquí nos dice palabras como now, every day, at this moment. Ahí dan palabras como yesterday, 3 months ago, last year, last night. ¿Verdad? Te están dejando saber que es el pasado. For the future is the same thing. It gives you words like tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, el día después de mañana, next blank, next week, next month, next year. Okay. From now, 2 days from now, 2 días de ahora, 3 semanas desde ahora, 3 weeks from now. Está dejando saber que no es ahora, es en 3 semanas. In, algo con in, por ejemplo, in 4 days, in 2 months, etc. It's telling you something is happening in the future. And when, cuando, igual que en el pasado, when 2 future sentences are joined together. So when I win the lottery, I will buy a house in Jackson. Ok, estoy uniendo 2 oraciones del futuro usando when. Pero ustedes saben que sería el futuro. Okay. When, cuando gane la lotería, entonces me compro una casa en Jackson. So, who can give me an example of a sentence with tomorrow? ¿Quién me puede dar una oración, un ejemplo de una oración con la palabra mañana?
¿Lo que voy a hacer mañana?
Dime, ajá, dime una oración usando
¿La digo o la escribo?
diga.
I will go to the gym tomorrow morning.
I will go to the gym tomorrow morning. Perfect. Who else? One more.
I'm working tomorrow.
I
I
am. Perfect. Very good, Mati. So Rodrigo used this one. Mati used this one. Okay, very good. Who can give me a sentence with next week?
I will take my class next week.
I will take my class next week. Very good. Or you will take your exam next week. Very good. Maribel, give me another sentence with next week. I will go. Pero acuérdate, si tienes will, no vas a usar ing, ¿verdad? No puedes mezclar. I will. I will go to my daughter's performance. My daughter's performance. Acuérdate, el adjetivo, ¿verdad? ¿De quién es la obra? De tu hija. Así que hija primero. Very good. To my daughter's. Perfect. Very good. Very good. I will go to my daughter's performance next week. Aneli, give me a sentence with in 2 months. In 2 months.
I'm going. I am going.
Mhm.
Travel.
I'm going to travel. Uh-huh.
Into 2 months.
Perfect. In 2 months. Very good. I am going to travel in 2 months. Anel uso este. Okay. Going to travel. Travel es verbo. In 2 months. Very good. Okay. Now you all have this in the paper that Robin gave you when we walked in. Todos tienen esta tablita cuando en el papel que les entregaron al entrar. Esto es una tablita de referencia. This is a reference table with everything that we just talked about. Con todo lo que acabamos de hablar. Of the use of each one, cuando se usa en la primera columna, cuando estás decidiendo algo en el futuro, en el momento, cuando estás haciendo planes ya hechos desde hace tiempo y cuando estás haciendo planes ya hechos. Okay? Notes, it tells you which one is formal and which one is casual. Okay, la forma de usarlo. La tercera son los ejemplos. The third row is the examples. The fourth row, la cuarta fila, son los ejemplos negativos. Es como poder decir, no, yo no voy a estar lista a las 5 de la tarde. No, I will not be ready to go at 5 p.m. Solamente estamos añadiendo el not después de estos. They are not going to go to the party. We are not leaving until we get an answer. Okay, so it's just the example of negative form. And then the last one is the example of how to ask a question. Como hacer una pregunta. Will you call me later? Hablando del futuro. Is she going to read that entire book tonight? Is she going to? Tienes el is como pregunta adelante. And are they coming over for dinner? Coming es el ing, igual que tienes acá. Y are es el verbo ser. ¿Verdad? Lo único lo estás poniendo como pregunta. So this is just a small review on what we talked about. Then, the last thing we're going to talk about is I'm going to show you a very quick video of the 2 tenths. Vamos a ver un video rápido, and then we're going to move into our small groups.
Future with will. What are verb tenses? Verb tenses show the time that an action takes place. The simple future is a verb tense. We use the simple future tense for actions that will happen at a future time.
Para acciones del futuro, ¿no?
There are 3 ways to express the simple future tense in English. We use will and a base verb to decide on a future action at that moment. For example, I will call you tomorrow. We use be going to and a base verb to talk about existing future plans. For example, I am going to read a book after school. We also use be and an ing verb to talk about existing future plans. For example, I am giving a presentation next Monday. How do we form the simple future with will? Will is a modal. Modals are always followed by a base verb. A base verb has no S, ED, or ing ending.
Acuérdate, un verbo base, un verbo en el
The
presente.
verb form is the
Sin
same
ed,
for all
sin
subjects.
S y sin ing.
For example, the simple future of the verb watch is will watch.
Pero voy a parar aquí un segundo porque este fue un error que acabamos de escuchar, ¿verdad? Por ejemplo,
I will text you after class.
muchos de ustedes me dijeron, I will going, or I will walking, ¿verdad? Por ejemplo, el ing no puede ir después del will. Will solamente el verbo tiene que ser base, pelado, sin S, sin ed, sin ing. I will walk, I will drive, I will call, I will talk, and no talking.
He will walk his dog tomorrow morning. The students will go to school on Monday. A contraction is a shorter form of a word. The contraction for will is all. We use contractions with subject pronouns, but not with subject nouns.
¿Qué? ¿Quién ha visto esta abreviación? I'll. So I'll, it's important to note this. This means, okay, lo único que estás haciendo es quitando la W y la I y poniendo un apóstrofe. Okay, o sea que I'll means I will. You can use I will. This is not incorrect. Si esto los confunde mucho, quédense con esto. Okay? You don't have to use the contraction. You can use I will. Okay, either option works.
Pero ahí se pronuncia igual o no.
Good question. I will, I'll. I'll. Good question. Okay? I'll. I'll. Okay, remember the contraction. That's what it says. I'll watch TV. She'll, because you can also have this, right? Right, we can use she'll, right? That's, I'm like, am I making that up? She will. I'm sure they'll give it right here. Yeah, there we go. So see how you can contract it? I'm gonna pause it right there in a second. Okay, so for example, everyone sees that combination, ¿verdad? La combinación entre you will, he will, she will, we will, they will. We're just doing the contraction and putting them together. Okay, estoy poniendo she will, se convirtió en she'll. Okay, this means she will. This means he will. He'll. Okay, it sounds very similar to this. Okay, he'll watch TV. So we also have will watch TV, we will. They'll watch TV, they will. The student, ¿verdad? Porque estamos hablando de una persona, porque dice Lina will watch TV, Yadira and Rodrigo will watch TV. Okay, we're using nouns. All right, that's a little contraction addition. For some of you, it probably was confusing. Okay, so I think this one,
You'll be busy next Wednesday.
see some examples.
She'll give a presentation in 2 weeks. They'll drive to work tomorrow.
They'll drive to work tomorrow.
Thanks for watching.
Okay, so then the last video I wanted to put quickly is be going to. Vimos el video número 1 de la regla número 1, ahora vamos a ver el número 2.
Simple future with be going to. What are verb tenses? Verb tenses show the time that an action takes place.
Lo mismo que acabamos de ver, ocurre en el futuro.
The simple future is a verb tense. We use the simple future tense for actions that will happen at a future time. There are 3 ways to express the simple future tense in English. We use will and a base verb to decide on a future action at that moment. For example, I will do my homework tomorrow.
Ese era el número 1, ¿verdad?
We use be going to and a base verb to talk about existing future plans. For example, I'm going to clean my house next weekend. We also use be and an ing verb to talk about existing
That
future
would be number
plans.
3.
For example, I am taking my dog for a walk after class.
Taking, ing.
The simple future with be going to is very common, especially in spoken English. It is followed by a base verb.
Base verb, pelado, ¿verdad? Sin S,
The
sin
be
N.
verb changes forms depending on the subject.
He is going to study. I am going to study. We are going to study. Everyone sees
I
the
am going
going
to buy a
to.
new car next year.
Where's the verb? Buy. ¿Verdad?
She
So
is going to take her dog
buy.
to the vet in 3 days.
The verb would be take.
The students are going to graduate 2 weeks from now.
The verb would be graduate. And then this one also has contractions.
A contraction is a shorter form of a word. When we use be going to, we can contract the be verb. The contraction for and is The contraction for are is The contraction for is z. We can contract the be verb with subject pronouns. We sometimes contract the be verb with singular subject nouns, but not with plural nouns.
Okay, so this is just taking the contraction. This stays the same, going to, eso no cambia. Lo único que está cambiando es el pronombre con el verbo ser. It is all you're changing. So see how it's saying, instead of saying I am, I'm, because you just put the apostrophe and the M. You're going, you are going, you're. He, instead of he is, he's going. She's going. We are going. Okay. I would recommend that this for this group. Okay, los apóstrofes y las contracciones para ustedes y quizás para ustedes también. O sea, este grupo, estos 2 grupos. Los que están acá, no se preocupen de las contracciones. Okay, recuérdense de esto. Las 3 reglas del futuro. Para acá. Aneli, tú estás allá. Okay.
Just like you did there where you said I'll and I will. I think it would be helpful to write I am and then I'm and we are where.
On these, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this would be, all right, these here. I am, I'm. You are, you're. She is, she.
That would help me.
Yeah, good call. He's, and then we have, we are. Here it is, yeah. I even need reminders. So remember that contractions are a step, okay? You don't feel frustrated if you can't get contractions, because you can also say this, okay? So I don't want contractions to be a stress. This is why I don't prioritize them a lot, because I want you to know they're there and understand them, but not feel like you have to remember. Okay. And I think as you learn more English, contractions become more natural. Like when you are in this level, they become stress. Okay, so we are going to pause on this for a second. Any questions? ¿Alguna pregunta? Con las tres maneras de discutir el futuro. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to do a exercise where we are going to do, see how we are going to do in the future exercises as a group. Well, let's get into our small groups. So beginner group over here, advanced group over here, intermediate over here, advanced over here. So Maddie, maybe you can jump on this chair, ven aquí, y hago un clic contigo. And then we have, I'll write these down the back. We have Kim's group, Robin's group, Sarai group. We're gonna switch because I forgot Robin. Okay. So you're gonna do advanced, okay? And then Aneli, vente acá. Let's turn this table so you can sit over there. Yeah. Hoy estás con quién? No estoy acá. Thank you. Okay, here's one for Kim. Sarai, here's one for you.
Is anyone using this chair? Yeah.
Okay. You can run. Maybe, yeah, bring here. Bring it over. Yeah. Oh, no. It helps a lot. I just. No. I really appreciate it. But I am pulling me. Okay, so I am just gonna quickly explain these. Exercise 1, we're going to use it with will. So we're gonna use number 1, okay, for exercise 1. For exercise 7, we're only going to do the bottom part. Para el ejercicio 7, solamente vamos a hacer la parte de abajo, which is your schedule. You're going to answer the questions using to. Be going to. Lo dice acá arriba. Okay, so we're going to answer this one with using be going to, only the bottom part. And then for exercise 9, it's going to be will and be going to. Cualquiera de estos dos. Okay. And then we're going to stop there depending on time. Because if we don't have enough time, I'm going to skip the quiz. Everyone can start. Yeah. Feel free. Oh, okay. Sin teléfono. Porque tenemos a una increíble voluntaria que le pueden hacer preguntas. Sin teléfono.
Will or will not? So positive or negative. Not, it's negative. So we can use guess it tells us. So, number one. It's a beautiful day, so.
Si le dan not, tiene aquí o lo dice. Ahí está diciendo que nada más stay.
Good, we will.
It's a beautiful
We
day,
will
so
stay, right? So the verb is stay.
mira la fórmula. Will más el verbo. ¿Cuál es el verbo? ¿Cómo es la fórmula? Will más el verbo. La fórmula del verbo.
I can do it
Stay,
here.
correct. Exacto. Porque vas a
So
tener
this
aquí,
we're
Magali.
using all will or will not, only if it says not.
Very good. ¿Y cuál es el verbo?
So with these they're easy because we don't change the verb. We just say my mom will turn. So it's the same as the verb right here.
Muy bien, Magali.
My mom will turn the light off at 9 o'clock. So I think. No, it's all of these we're using will.
I will.
Good. I think I will walk home today. So someone's saying, I think we're thinking out loud. I think I will walk, or you can say, I think I will drive. So it's the same, just I will.
Hagámoslo todo.
Okay. Here it will not. This one would be play, right?
Es que el will no tiene verbo
So
ser.
we don't have, we're not changing. We're just saying the verb, in all these, the verb does not change. Will not play.
Yeah.
So this is easy. Change, don't change. Okay. No change, no changing the verb. So we're just saying will or will not. So these are all the right answers. Our teacher will, what's the verb? Will give us a quiz next Thursday. No, just will give. Right, we'll call you back. So if I get a phone call, is Jim there? No, he will call you back.
La P, ¿verdad? Ajá. So how would you do it?
Good.
Very good.
Good.
Magali. Notice that. Very good. Jackson.
Okay. He will apply. Do you know that word, apply? You know this verb? He will apply to college. You have to see if you put your name and
Las preguntas
Your-
en tu horario, usando el
your grade, your class, and you say, yes,
Okay.
I need your application. Fill a form.
Pues sería otra vez.
Okay. Your parents, this is negative. You're gonna say will not. Right? Her parents will not text.
When I'm taking
Good, they will call.
Vamos a will y going to.
Okay.
Para ahí.
They will not, and what's the verb? Take. They will not
Once you
take
finish exercise 9,
the
stop.
bus. They will not take the bus after school. Their mother.
Y eso está perfecto.
Right.
¿Cuánto tiempo me tomó?
Right.
Un
So
año.
you have to will. Their mother, no, that's right, you put will here. Will goes before the verb in all of them, either will or will not.
Going to.
Any questions?
What are you going to do next?
Oh,
Will go.
will, yeah, will call. They will call her instead.
I am fine, yes.
Okay? Does that make sense? This is, you don't change the verb, you say will or will not,
Oh,
okay? I will study or I will not study. No change of the verb. Okay, so this one. Let's read this together.
Only the bottom part.
Answer the question about yourself.
No, that's not, that's not.
Okay.
Using this one.
So, the question is, what are you going to do next Monday afternoon? And you want to say. You wanna- I take what this verb to be, what it's just here, I am.
You can say,
I
I'm going to work next
am
Friday.
going to. So then you say whatever you want. I am going to. I am going to work. I am going to study. I am going to watch. Yes, you can, whatever, you can say, I am going to work next Monday afternoon. Or I am going to. Okay, so I am going to, what are you, is this, yes, what are you going to do? Are you going to, are you going to cook? Are you going to cook food?
oh, the different
I am going to study. I am going to sleep. I am going to see my friends. Anything you want. I am going to.
book.
Okay, I am going to. Good.
Monday.
Yep.
Yep. Vamos a poner el verbo. Only the verb.
You can. You don't have to. Say that. What are you going to do next Wednesday evening? Same thing. I am going to go to Spanish class. I mean English. I am going to. I am going to see my friends. I am going to. I am going to play with my children.
You will
I
have
am going to sleep. Any verb. So these are all the same. They're the same. I am going to and then a verb. I am going to the. I
I'm going to sleep, I'm going to bed early. Bed early.
When is
Early.
So,
Bed early. Next
okay,
Wednesday.
so just I am going to remember, I am going to, so I am going to knit, I am going to cook. What does this sew is when you have a needle.
Oh,
I am going to run. I'm going to walk. I am going to sleep.
another question, when
This is in the future. When I
always
tonight I am going to eat dinner. I am going to watch a movie.
when did
In
you
2 weeks.
When you are telling someone what you're doing later, más tarde, I am going to see my friend. After class, what are you doing tonight after class? I am going to go home.
where did you go?
Where are you going next Wednesday? Where are you going to be next Friday? Just whatever is not started.
Whatever's later. Yeah.
This is the same. I will is the same as I am going to.
I am going to work.
It's not más
I am
tarde.
going to work
Well,
Heather's
just different thing.
at, porque la localización, ¿recuerda la preposición?
Plural. Sí.
Sí, pero when did you will?
I will.
Pero when did you?
Heather's.
Oh, you say,
¿Verdad? Porque la casa-
will you clean the floors?
Ahora sí.
You go, oh, I will. And then you go, why you, I will do it later. On Saturday. Oh, I will.
I'm going to
Okay, you're okay. Yeah.
I'm going to breakfast.
The number 3,
Okay, so 3
Or I'm
when
going
did
to
you?
breakfast.
is this one. Okay,
Just
so.
para bien,
I am going, you have to say to them. I see, just like this. I am going to the party. I am going to the school. I am going to clean my house.
I am going.
Yep, very good. Okay, this one. I heard you are going to
Cuando
go.
es ahora.
When will you? When will same. Okay, so let's do this. I am going to.
sleepy.
Okay, so
I wish.
I will be like this.
I work for
Sleep.
I wish. I said that. I wish I had money.
Because this means slip, like fall down. Yeah. Oh, no, that's. I'm going to. This one, I'm going to.
La de David, la de David, puede ser I am going to or I will.
Just one. Okay, this is, Okay. When, oh, let me see. We're going to go. Okay. When oh, okay. So this one's a choice of will or going to go. Or going to. Okay,
Tengo una pregunta.
will you leave? So you have to choose. Will you leave?
Or I am going.
Whoop. Okay, so let's do another one. Let's do, oh, get us, I am going to dinner. I am
Either to
going
work
to
without.
cook. Good.
Yeah.
I am going to fight.
Yo le quiero hacer una pregunta. ¿Cuándo usamos el will?
Cuando todos son el futuro.
Ajá.
Este es cuando no es planeado, cuando sí es planeado y sí es planeado.
Ok.
This is all correct.
Ya te lo puedo explicar.
Okay, so this one, either I will or I'm going to. So this one, when will you leave?
Okay.
When will Oh, I will. Good. Yes. Oh, you can say,
I am going to leave in 2 weeks.
Do you know what I mean?
Are you going to assume when will you leave?
yeah. Okay, so let's do this. When will you
¿Estás hablando de
leave?
ahora o estás hablando de
And I think when you know it's correct, read it over and listen. Read it out loud. When will you leave? So, when will class end? En 15 minutos. Okay. When will the restaurant close?
You could say that, say
Okay, can I erase this for a second? ¿Yo puedo borrar esto? Todo el mundo tiene fotos. Everyone has photos. Okay.
Nina, you said this number at 9.
Yes. I'm gonna talk about the book report. All right, students, we are going to pause for a second. Please do these, finish this for homework. I am going to collect them on Wednesday. Lo voy a coleccionar el miércoles. A colectar el miércoles, no coleccionar. Así que por favor, acábenlos para asignación. Okay, finish them for homework. They're easy, son fáciles. Okay. Okay, the reason I wanted to stop is because we need to talk about something very important. Okay, your book reports. Okay, your book reports are due on Monday. Okay, tienen esta semana entera y el fin de semana entero para hacer sus book reports. No quiere escuchar, maestra, no puedo hacerlo, necesito más tiempo. No hay tiempo. Ok, por más que le encantaría darle todo el tiempo del mundo, no hay tiempo. Okay, I'm saying this in Spanish, I'm going to say this in English. There's no extra time. I can't give you extra time. There's no more days. Okay, so I can't give you more time. No puedo darle más tiempo porque no existe. No puedo tener tiempo, Reina. Si tuviese ese poder, no estaría aquí. Estaría en otra parte del mundo. So, y en otro tiempo, quizás. So, for book reports, you have to bring in your written book report on a paper or in your notebook. Okay? If you're going to use a computer, that's great, but print it. Okay? Si vamos a una computadora, súper, pero imprímenlo. Si no tienen impresora, me lo envían el domingo y yo lo imprimo el lunes por la mañana. Pero tiene que estar el domingo en mi email. Okay? Los book reports son 3 párrafos, igual que el que acabamos de hacer. Okay, there's 3 paragraphs. 3 párrafos. Okay? El primer párrafo, vamos a hacerlo dividirlo como lo dividimos la última vez. 1, 2, 3. Okay, tiene 3 párrafos. Cada párrafo tiene las oraciones que necesitan para contestar estas preguntas. Te voy a decir. Primer párrafo. What do we do on a first paragraph? What do we talk about? We introduce our topic, right? And what is your topic? Yes, it's your book, right? So if you're going to introduce it, you're going to write your title. You're going to write your author. ¿Quién es tu autor? We're going to talk about characters. What does characters mean? Los personajes. What does setting mean? ¿Qué significa setting? Esta palabra es rara. El lugar. Tomó en un castillo, tomó en un país. Esto es Estados Unidos, en el área de los 80. When does this happen? ¿Cuándo ocurre? ¿Dónde ocurre? ¿Dónde ocurre? Okay. Characters, personajes. Todos tus personajes. Si habla de muchas personas, escoge, si cada capítulo es un personaje diferente porque son historias de inmigración, escogen uno. Okay. And you're going to talk about what is it about? ¿De qué se trata? ¿De qué se trata? Okay. What is it about? Significa de qué se trata. Así que el título, el autor, personajes, dónde toma lugar y de qué se trata. Ese es su primer párrafo. Okay. You're introducing your book. Estás introduciendo tu libro. El segundo párrafo me va a hablar del problema and the solution y la solución del libro. Okay. Por ejemplo, for example, I'm trying to think of a book of someone is reading. The book, el libro de los 3 osos. ¿Quién conoce ese cuento? Todo el mundo conoce ese cuento, ¿correcto? Los 3 ojos y los 3 osos y tricitos de oro, okay? So if we have that book, for example, we're talking about the 3 bears and Goldilocks, right? What's the problem of the book? ¿Cuál es el problema?
Que llega la niña y se come la boca.
Que llega la niña y la niña se asusta, ¿verdad? Porque la niña quiere dormir. Primero tiene hambre y después quiere dormir. Ese es el problema. Y no encuentra dónde comer ni dónde dormir, ¿verdad? Ese es el problema de la historia. Estamos hablando de una historia de niños, o sea, condensada. ¿Cuál es la solución? What is the solution? that she eats the food and she sleeps on their bed, right? She eats and she sleeps. And obviously the bears come and what do? They get scared, and does the girl leave, or what happens to the girl? Se queda ahí, ¿verdad? Sigue durmiendo. So, we have the problem and the solution. Cada libro de ustedes tiene un problema y tiene una solución. Cada libro, porque si no, no hubiese lo que se llama un clímax. El clímax de un libro, ¿ok? De una historia. Todo libro de ustedes tiene un problema y tiene una solución. Si no saben esto es porque no lo han leído. So don't tell me, I don't have a problem in my book. Yes, every book has a problem and every book has a solution. Okay, so make sure,
Por
yes.
ejemplo, el mío
Ajá.
es, no sé si, bueno, lo que pasa es que habla de mucha corrupción. Y la corrupción sigue todavía.
There's no solution.
Sí.
Hay veces que no va a haber solución.
Bueno, el dinero solamente por debajo del agua.
Y lo que ocurre y
Pero
cómo eso
sigue-
afecta,
pero
¿verdad? Y
sigue-
cómo eso afecta.
sigue la corrupción.
Correcto,
Aunque-
como
aunque-
cualquier país de Latinoamérica, ¿verdad? Que hay corrupción, hay mucho dinero y siguen cogiendo a todos los gobernadores, copresidentes que no funcionan. Mismo ciclo. Ese es el problema y no hay solución. Sencillamente es como está la sociedad, ¿verdad? Ese es tremendo ejemplo.
Pues
¿Ok?
la solución sería cambiar la sociedad.
Cambiar, educar al pueblo, poder...
Cambiar el presidente.
Pero hay veces que el libro no te da la solución. Así que hay veces que tú me puedes escribir tu opinión de tu solución.
Oh, sí.
Ok, sí, completamente. If your book doesn't give you a solution, you can give me your opinion. Okay, of what you think the solution should be. Okay, de lo que tú crees que la solución debe ser. Perfecto ejemplo. The last paragraph is your conclusion. Tu conclusión is going to talk about, all of you are going to include 2 answers. You're going to write, why did I choose this book? Vamos con esa palabra, choose. En pasado es ¿qué? Chose. Irregular. Why did I choose this book? Y what was your favorite part? Okay. Esas 2 preguntas tienen que estar en su último párrafo. Carlos, párate y toma la venta. Vente acá, porque desde allá no vas a ver nada. You have to include those 2 questions. Todo el mundo tiene que incluir esas 2 preguntas en su último párrafo. ¿Por qué escogí este libro y cuál es mi parte favorita? Okay. Why did I choose this book and what was your favorite part? Okay. No, porque ustedes todos escogieron su libro. Yo di mucho. El único que me puede decir eso es Efraín, porque no escogió un libro de nosotros. So, everyone has to have 3 paragraphs. First one introduces your book. Second paragraph talks about the problem and the solution. And the 3rd paragraph talks about why did you choose your book and what was your favorite part. Okay, this is going to be everyone's book report. Esto va a ser el book report de todo el mundo. Ahora, there's a little extra thing. Hay una cosa extra. Todo el mundo me va a traer algo visual. Everyone's going to bring something visual. Okay, you've all been doing that either way. Todo el mundo ya me ha traído algo visual para toda presentación. Así que no creo que sea algo muy grande. Y si necesitan ayuda, pueden traer un papel de Teton Literacy Center que les puedo regalar. Me pueden escribir el nombre del título arriba. Imprimimos unas imágenes de Google y ya. ¿Ok? O sea, make this easy. Okay, I know some of you love to get creative. Feel free. Okay, si algunos de ustedes se quieren poner bien creativos, les doy todo el espacio del mundo para que sean creativos. Si están bien cortos de tiempo y no quieren estar súper creativos, como dije, un papel, una foto, un título, ya. Ok, easy. Pero quiero algo visual porque va a ser una presentación bien linda, el último día va a ser en la biblioteca, etc.
Yo tengo un problema.
Ya.
Ese día es antes del canto de los
Vamos de nuevo con lo mismo de Navidad. Okay, so all parents of Munger will have to go on Monday. And Wednesday, pero es un problema, porque entonces no vamos a tener la graduación.
Porque casi la mayoría de nosotros
Son las 5 y 5:30.
5:30 de los niños en Monger.
¿A qué hora es?
Es hasta Monger.
A las 5.
Bueno, Vanessa 5:30.
Los van turnando de 5 hasta que acabe todos los grupos.
¿Y a qué hora acaba todo?
A las 7.
Ahí nunca empieza la hora que
¿Hay alguien que tiene una presentación de su hijo a las 6? ¿O ya le han dado hora?
Ya mandaron los horarios. 5:30.
Había 5:30.
Ana, pues, Magali, ¿cuál es la tuya? Chequea y me avisa. 5:30. 5:30. Gaby. 5:30. Mireya. 5:30. No Monger. 6:30. Uf. Reina.
Yo no he checado.
Revisa. No tiene Monger. Adriana.
No venga ese día.
No sabía, desconocía.
Qué bueno. Me alegro que estamos hablando de esto. I'm glad we're talking about this. Okay, so far, the only one that's late is Mati. Hasta ahora la única que es tarde es Mati, porque es a las 6:30. Aquellos de las 5:30 van a la presentación y vienen a la clase de inglés. Si es con sus niños, es con sus niños, no importa, la biblioteca.
No es exacto el tiempo, ¿verdad?
Es que los van, son desfasados. Sí, porque Irina.
Sí, pero no va a durar una hora.
Yo creo que sí, la
Pero que
entra el grado y hasta que salen todos.
No, si no
No hay ni para qué no llegaste porque ya están todos los demás y él
Te van recorriendo.
Maybe, let me think about this. Porque es que no podemos cambiar la biblioteca porque es que el jueves no se puede hacer. O sea que it has to be Wednesday. El martes tampoco porque está la clase de negocio. O sea que it has to be Wednesday. So I think we're gonna have to work around it.
No se puede temprano.
No, porque el lunes no vamos a hacer todo el mundo el mismo día. No se puede. Serían 20 presentaciones.
Pues aunque sea un poco más de
Siempre que no va a haber graduación, es lo que te estoy diciendo. A las 7 vamos a estar con todo, o sea que no vamos a poder tener graduación.
graduación la ponemos el jueves.
Ni comer tampoco.
La graduación del jueves.
No podemos el jueves.